Preparing for takeoff. Okay, now we're not gonna do all that shit. I'm not gonna lie. All the counting letters in my head from us testing audio before. But anyways, welcome. Everybody, welcome to episode 75 of No Cooldown Podcast. What the hell? There's been 75 episodes. That makes no sense to me. That makes... Ow! We're old as hell, but we doing the damn thing. And of course, my name is That Man Trip. We talk about games and bullshit over here. Life is stressful, life is tiring, but it's enjoyable because we're back on the podcast doing our damn thing. And of course, we are joined by my podcast partner in crime and a couple of very special guests. You know what I'm saying? We had one absent, but one is gone. Two shall take its place, and we got to keep rolling. So first and foremost, Went Easy's in the building. What's going on, Went?
What's up, everybody? How you guys are doing? I hope everybody is drinking a lot of water and keeping their health up, you know.
Factuals, man. No matter what they tell you, your health is wealth. Make sure you get on that, man. Get on that. And in the place of Kai, who's absent from this week's episode, but you know what I'm saying, he's got some things to handle, but we got him covered. We got his spot. He's got explosive diarrhea. That's right. I forgot we have to make him an excuse every time.
We're not making that up. He has diarrhea. Confirmed. I called the UK embassy.
Facts. The NHS, the health service. That was down.
Exactly.
Insane.
They said Mandem pooping.
Mandem pooping is crazy. That is crazy.
Confirmed. Oh my God. Confirmed. But while he's shitting and pooping like Fabio Foreign, we got two special guests in to help us out with this episode and then chop it up and talk some games. First and foremost, this man has appeared multiple times on the podcast. This time is no different. He's doing his damn thing, sprinkling the sauce all over the great land of the internet. It's Charles Sauce in the building. What's going on, dog?
What's poppin'? How y'all feeling, man?
Good, man. Yourself?
Hey, I'm tired, bro. Capitalism beating my ass. You know, I'm going to work and having to work. It's crazy.
Shit is bullshit. They should have told it. They should have told us that from day one we was gonna work at work. It's some bullshit, man. Hate it. But that's hate. It's another podcast. Don't worry about it. That's another podcast. We'll go talk about that shit all. But last and certainly not least, we have a new face on No Cooldown Podcast. You know what I'm saying? A very impromptu, but we appreciate it for coming through. One of the dopest editors, one of the dopest artists, one of the dopest people I've ever seen, and from the bare minimum of a technical standpoint, but all over, he does his damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Falk Teddy, he's in the building. Falk, what's good, bro?
What's going on, gang? Hey, man, I'm glad to be here. You know, washed YouTuber.
Oh my god,
tired Twitch streamer. I'm here for the vibes, my man. Hey, how's everybody doing?
Up there, we good, man. We good,
coolin', brother. Coolin'.
Appreciate you for being here, man. And listen, don't matter where people watch that, no matter where people is great at, you can go find us everywhere and rate this podcast 5 stars and help us go to the top. That's right. Make sure you go on all your audio podcast platforms. That's Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Go in the top left corner after you search No Cooldown. Will be right there, and rate us 5 stars. Share the podcast. Go tell everybody. Let everybody know who's out there. You know what I'm saying? Wake up Joe Biden. Tell him stop sleeping and go rate that podcast 5 stars. Go all over. We're all over socials. YouTube at No Cooldown, Twitter or X at No Cooldown Pod. I'm about to say TikTok, Instagram. I think we're on Threads as well. If that thing still exists, No Cooldown Podcast. So go check us out there as well. And you know, tap in, man. Tap in. A lot of good stuff is going on, and you don't want to miss stuff that we have going into the summer, into the fall, into some of this insane game season that's well underway. So without further ado, we got some stories to talk about. Gentlemen, are y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Let's does it.
Born ready.
Let's get into it, man. Let's start off with a funny jail. I don't know if y'all really saw this jail story here, but there was a Starfield leaker prior to the game dropping. And of course, we're gonna talk about the game on this episode, but prior to the game dropping, there was like a whole 45 minutes of gameplay that was leaked and stuff. It was all over the internet, and people was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And the dude posted a video after, like he was just outside, just chilling. He was like, he's like, "Todd, no offense, man, that's a good game." And after him dropping that, in a while, just thought he was gonna be just scot free. They arrested his ass, and he'd been in jail for I think it was like marijuana charges on top of the stolen property from like $2,500 to $10,000. Like this is like, damn, bro. I don't know if y'all saw that. How'd y'all catch that?
Man, motherfuckers is stupid. Like,
oh my God.
I don't know. Me personally, you wouldn't catch me doing some shit like that. Posting videos and being like, "Yo, I'm outside." The internet is a funny place because people would think like the real world just is not out there. Like people cannot find you.
Bro, I was so happy. I'm not gonna lie, I was so happy. I'm so glad he got capped, bro. Like, bro, I wanted this game so bad, like early, and I couldn't get it. I'm so glad he got. Oh, I'm so glad he got taken.
That's funny as hell.
He's so glad he got taken. Is crazy. You
taken in.
Oh. I thought you were saying it like a Liam Neeson op. I was like, yo, what's going on?
Oh, nah.
I'm glad he got it. I'm like, damn. Not
Yeah,
even
Taken to jail for sure.
Oh my gosh, Charles, you about to see you caught it too?
Hey, you know what they say, do stupid things and get stupid prizes. That man's an idiot. I hope you protect yourself in there. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
have fun, Bucko.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. So you speaking of space, you ain't gonna have no space in them holding cells, brother. They gonna be up on you.
You feel me?
Listen, man. Hope you just learn from your mistakes, bro, because that shit crazy. But anyways, we gonna move on to the next thing here. So Activision has basically implemented, and they've been working on an in-game voice chat moderation tool via like AI, capabilities and stuff that they've implanted in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone in North America, and it's basically catching people real time for the in-game voice and report system. They've just been adding to that fuel, and it's set to go global with Modern Warfare 3, but probably going to change the way a lot of things are caught, trying to catch up to toxicity in that environment. I'll start with Falk. How do you feel about this and I guess the usage of AI to do this chat voice moderation thing?
To be honest, I don't know. I think that AI is like a really, really crazy tool. I don't like when it's really implemented in art all that much or anything like that because, some people say it's like usage rights and all that. But the way they're using it here, it makes a lot of sense. I think that voice chat, especially in Call of Duty, has been, it's been bad for a really long time. So I feel like, especially as like a person of color, bro, we're actually going to be, able to get in the lobby without being called a hard R or nothing like that. So I'm excited.
Yes, baby. Like again, I don't know what bloodhound capability some of these motherfuckers have, but just calling me that off the bat. Like, how did you know? For one, I'm about to say, like, how you know I'm black? For one, just to kind of point that out. You suck. But I know me personally, I'm glad. We talked about this with Xbox's like their reporting system on how they're getting more strict with that, and they've kind of reinvented and revamped their system. Modern Warfare doing this, Call of Duty doing this is probably one of the biggest. This is like the biggest hotbed where this is designed for. So I'm hoping this stuff really, really pans out. I'm hoping there's a lot of good just feedback from it. And yeah, a lot of people get banned. I really hope a lot of you losers get banned. Really. The one last piece of hope you have. I hope y'all stuck playing Medal of Honor or something like that. Good luck.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Modern Warfare 2 is gonna be so. Oh, you were saying something? My bad. Go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say, bro. Modern Warfare 2 was like really like the culmination. I feel like it was like the birth of like the toxic game chat. You feel me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people are gonna be upset, especially like the newer Call of Duty fans. They don't like censorship a lot, so it's gonna be really interesting to see kind of what happens in Modern Warfare 2. I don't really see that many people going into Modern Warfare 3 with Modern Warfare 2 for sure. Shout out to Modern Warfare 3 though, for sure.
Damn, no.
I think it's really funny because it's like I feel like this move is like Call of Duty was like an racist friend group. Like it was just all a bunch of white dudes who just like are mad racist all the time. Like Call of Duty is like the one friend group that was like, yo, maybe you know what? I don't want to be racist anymore. And like now the community is like, but like they're still surrounded by like racist people because a lot of the community in Call of Duty says some wild shit. And I think it's gonna be really funny to see who gets banned, all the people taking stances, because like I can already see it happening now. People are gonna get banned and they're gonna be like, ever since Call of Duty banned the Nick Merc skin, it's been all woke and free reign. Like, it's gonna be so bad. Like, bros, guys, I got an idea. Let's just not say racial slurs. It's not hard. Like
but what do you mean? That's real gaming. What are you talking about?
You're not wrong. Like it's the same people who be complaining about like, is that a black woman operator? Super woke. Like you guys can't even handle seeing like somebody in there that you don't like, but like. Man, I don't know. Go touch some grass. That's the best I can. That's the best I can say.
For sure. I don't know. For me, I see it on the opposite end of the spectrum as like we can finally play this game and like not have to worry about the like hard R. I see it on the opposite spectrum, right? So now we're gonna have individuals that will say, "Oh no, I can say it. I'm black," and like with the fake AI black saying. You feel what I'm saying? I see that happening more than the opposite. So that's just the way I look at it. I think it's gonna like have some like pretty murky territory there. But I mean, if it protects people, cool. But I just know that with tools that are implemented to protect, they're also going to be used to like make people's lives miserable. So I see both ends of the spectrum. So it just depends on how harshly they're going to like moderate it.
Yeah, just taking some tweaks, honestly. But I would rather you guys err on the side of like, hey, listen, if you need to dial it up and then take a couple steps back, you know what I'm saying, just to fix it that way. I'm not mad at that either. Just there's a lot of bullshit they got to sift through. So good luck to them. Yeah, but they'll come through. They'll come through. But speaking of Modern Warfare 2, we had 2 more collabs that are out and on the way. We had Lara Croft from Tomb Raider and 21 Savage joining the game as just skins. So I mean, just another collaboration down. I mean, when thoughts on 21 Savage and Lara Croft?
Man, they're trying to compete with Fortnite, and I respect it. I love it. I love the competition. 21 Savage in Call of Duty is pretty gas. Like that's a pretty
that's kind of a good collab. I was about to say,
it makes sense.
Slaughter
Wait
Gang.
Till we get the voice lines. Let's see. That's gonna be fantastic.
I'm gonna be real. The only thing I want to know is, do you get like double XP for playing on Piccadilly with 21 Savage because he from Great Britain? Like, that's funny. Just the obvious question. I need to be rewarded for accuracy. That's all I'm saying. Call of Duty. If you just want to be, get right with me. That's all.
When he spawns in, the voice line is like, "I'm back." Home field advantage.
Where the hell is Lara Croft from?
I'm dead. That's crazy.
My dreams. No, I'm kidding.
That's crazy.
For sure.
I'm mad how you delivered that. I'm so mad how you delivered that Falk.
Bro, I let Broker have it.
I'm dead. But nah, fuck you. You feel good about this collab? It makes sense?
I think it just makes sense, to be honest. I mean, let's look at it, bro. Lara Croft, you know what I'm saying? Notorious for just, the overwhelming, drop shot, jump, shoot, dodging crocodiles and snakes. I think Lara Croft meant to be in this game. 21 Savage, notorious for the drop shot, the killing snakes, all the same, basically the same stuff, bro.
That's bars.
Screaming.
That's bars.
Y'all not listening, bro. Y'all not listening.
That's bars.
Same stuff, bro. Really?
Y'all don't hear that, man.
You ain't hearing them. Oh my goodness. That's too funny.
Yeah, I like it.
I hear. Honestly, I'm just glad they've like tried to at least find the rhythm of stuff that makes sense, because again, the Attack on Titan one from way back, I was like, damn, y'all just trying anything. All right, bro. Like it
didn't make sense. It didn't fit at all.
Yeah, to me, it just wasn't there. But again, they're starting to make better plays with this. So I'm glad that they've did this. They've hit a couple in a row now. Again, the boys one I saw that looked really good. Fire. They had the V power ups. You know what I'm saying? The compound V power ups and all that stuff like that embedded too. So it was cool.
That makes sense, and that makes sense when you like think about like the actual lore of the boys. That makes sense. Like that's a good implementation of that.
Yeah, and they got a higher burden of proof because they're like more realistic, or like a military, you know what I'm saying, type thing, or a war FPS type of thing. Fortnite really does not care. They can just do basically whatever. But you know what I'm saying, like they can stick to the more like animated thing. But that's everything these days. But yeah, honestly, that was a good collab, Cody. Respect. I give them their just due. All right, we gonna keep sliding forward. So basically, we had a whole like tiff with Todd Howard, like whatever the past week and change, and he kind of got asked in a GQ interview about Elder Scrolls 6 and that announcement way back in 2018, and he basically was just saying, hey, I kind of wish I didn't do that. And he probably would have, wish he would have announced it more casually. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but you know, hindsight's definitely 2020. How'd you feel about that announcement and him kind of admitting, hey, it's probably too early?
I guess I'll step in as someone who like thoroughly enjoys like the Skyrim Elder Scrolls series. There absolutely is a too early, because look at GTA 6, right? Like you announced this successful secondary game that, you know, after your popular GTA 5, same thing with Elder Scrolls 5, they did great, and then you have so much anticipation for your next game, and now it's like, hey guys, we're not ready yet, year after year, or like it's not done year after year. So now you're hampering on people's expectations, and now people are just, you know, looking at you crazy. But as long as I get to play as a Khajiit next game, I'll be fine. I'm all right. That's the class of the people.
I hear it. I'm a basic ass Redbeard, but you know, that's just me. That's what I do.
Oh,
but
ew.
hey, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, Kevin.
Racist?
Hey.
Trips Redbeard is not gonna have fun with the new Call of Duty update.
Not at all.
Nah, that's insane. Oh man, Falk, I'll roll to you for this one. Right? You feel like that's a fair assessment that Todd Howard's like probably would have just announced it more casually instead of all the fanfare and just doing it that early.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like you did probably like one of the worst things you could do with a video game is like you teased it too early. It was like, yeah, exactly. Like it's just not. I don't think it was really a good move. I don't know who let him do it. But I mean, I feel like everybody's gonna be excited regardless. It just definitely was at the wrong time, man. Shout out to Todd Howard. But I hate you still for Starfield. Go ahead.
And we'll get to that one later. But this is gonna probably be the most obvious answer tonight. How did you feel about this admission of probably it was a little bit too early for Elder Scrolls 6?
I've been said that shit. As soon as he announced that shit, I was like, what the fuck, why are you talking about this? This isn't, it's like me walking up to my mom right now and be like, yo, mom, I'm having a baby. And she's like, oh my God. So like by like next year, you'll have a baby. Like, no, like 6 years out, the baby's gonna be born. Like, what do you mean? Like, I just been fucking my girl raw, just started. Like, that's still pulling out.
Just start screaming.
Just start.
Like, that's so crazy.
That is so wild.
But that's what he did. It's like, why are you talking about this shit now?
Nah, I'm in tears. That analogy is crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Thank you.
Bro, this man has the most out-of-pocket analogies every fucking time. They're effective, but they just... one easy, everybody. One easy. We gotta clap it up for.
That was a good analogy.
Damn, Todd Howard, you fucked up. You fucked up a little bit, but it's all right. It's all right. We're going to slide over to the next news. Speaking of fucking up, the first major shot from the Embracer Group reduction plan has hit as Volition Studios, aka the creators of Saints Row, have officially shut down over the past week and change. Falk, we'll go to you first. I remember seeing you on the timeline kind of talking about it a little bit, and you had some comment. How did you feel about Volition closing down because of, this Embracer plan and change just to save some money?
I remember when I actually initially like tweeted out, I said, like this is like the biggest fall off of all time. I feel really bad though. I'm not gonna lie, I feel bad just because I did grow up with Saints Row. I grew up playing these games, and just to see them close down, it definitely hurt me to the core. But they did kind of stray away from like what we were known for. I was so excited to play the new Saints Row, and I was led very, very, very disappointed. So I mean, hey, they kind of got what they deserved, but it's unfortunate at the end of the day because they did make a lot of great experiences. Yeah.
Charles, how did you feel about this closing down?
It's always tough when you have somebody well known in the gaming space like have to make these type of decisions. I really enjoyed Saints Row series. Not so much Red Faction. But just from a top down view, it's a nasty look that they would have to close down the Volition team. So it sucks, and I really hope like that team can find places of work soon. So it's tough. It's tough for sure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of it's rough. It's rough. I'll be honest. To give, I guess, just the last few. I guess they're like half Deep Silver, half Volition over their time. Like they're about 30 years of a studio, man. That's 30 years of history for real. When you think about it, that's crazy. Again, and the last few games were what? Saints Row the Third, Agents of Mayhem, the Saints Row reboot, and then Saints Row 4 in like 2013. So I mean, out of the last 4,
Get Out of Hell too. Can't forget.
Get Out of Hell DLC. So I mean, what, like two and a half out of 5 hits probably.
Yeah,
that's tough, but it doesn't erase the history that they've had. And I'm more so angry at Embracer. That's where my anger lies, or my disappointment lies in this situation. Because again, even though Volition had, not a great reboot of Saints Row, or at least not a great reception to it, because I feel like some of it was okay. It was an okay reboot, for at least from everything that I saw and stuff. But the fact that Embracer did this, I speak about them every week that they come up. I'm like, to collect all of these companies, to like all these gaming things in the space with plans to take over and do all this stuff, and then in the next like 3 months you say, hey, we did too much, we had to close like half of y'all down just to make some shit happen. Maybe they spun off one, they sold, like Crystal Dynamics or Eidos Montreal to somebody and stuff. Like it was just pure business transaction when they didn't understand, I guess, the stakes it took to fully, have sustainable business in the gaming space. And, the unfortunate people who are paying the price are the devs and the people who are working at Volition, who just, had to got cut, you know what I'm saying? Which sucks. So my distaste lies with Embracer on this, that they didn't properly plan out their acquisitions better, or at least pace themselves, and then ran into this hole where operating expenses are so high and you have to deal with all these studios, then we just got to cut some off. It's easy decision. Like, no, there's history, there's humans behind this. So I'm mad at Embracer. That's just me though. But Wayne, how you felt about it?
It's sad as fuck, because I really love the Saints Row series. I was a fan of it even when 4 came out and everybody was like, yo, this shit is whack. I was fucking with 4. Like, I didn't say it. I was playing that shit, in my basement. I won't talk about that shit to nobody, but I was a big fan of 4. I had a lot of fun with those games. It's sad to see them go. Like, it's really like exactly what you said. Like, I don't know why Embracer was buying all these like why you fucking with bad bitches when you can't afford them, Embracer? Like, you're like, what are you doing, bro? Just leave them alone.
Chilling me, gang.
Like, they really like, you fine as hell. I'm about to take you out to eat. Like, we gonna make 17 Saints Row games. I promise you, yo. You come with us. And then they're like, they made one game, and then they were like, oh, that shit didn't outsell GTA 5. Yeah, you're going in the garbage, buddy. Like, damn. All right, bro. Cool. Yeah, I'm not really happy with this, because it just felt like a waste of everybody's time and money. Like, people are really, like, a lot of people are out of a job now, and we're never gonna get another Saints Row game. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this new Saints Row game was the greatest game in the world, but the difference is that, like, it was the beginning of something new. So, like, I didn't think this was gonna be the best game ever made, but I knew that, like, there will probably be something good down the line. Like, it's a good starting point for something, to build on a new generation of consoles. And now that they're gone, it's like, damn, all right, cool. I guess we don't have that wacky, fun third-person shooter that I really enjoy playing. Because it could have been dope, but they don't got money for these like trials. They want to make a quick buck, and they think video games is the way to do it. And I don't know who told them that. Because they're liars. Video games is not your quick buck, bro. You guys should really focus on something else.
Said this shit is expensive for everybody involved, every single party, brother. I was about to say, so if you ain't ready to come with a proper plan and be invested in it for a while, just quit. Just literally go invest in drugs. Go do it. Pull a JP Morgan. Pull a JP Morgan and get some stuff out of a tanker. That's the best thing you can do at this point, bro. Like, it's probably cheaper. It's probably cheaper for buy-in, honestly. Oh my goodness. I was about to say, that's insane. But moving on to the next story here, we got a first look at Lost Fragment, which is a hyper-realistic Japanese horror game with an FPS view. Now, we had a run-in with something similar before in the past. We, kind of like the realism, but it's been spun into that horror type of just lane. And we can start with Wen here. We can run it back there. How do you feel about the first look at this and, kind of that general discourse behind that hyper-realism in that horror sense?
I ain't playing this shit at all. This shit is horrifying. It is too realistic. Like,
yeah.
I just hope they keep this shit to like horror. They they don't let this fall into the wrong hands, because this looks like it could be scary for the wrong reasons. Like you let the people who are mad about the Call of Duty update like get their hands on this kind of technology, it could be a really bad time in the Steam store. But this does look like a great leap forward in technology wise. People are really like, they're stepping the game up crazy. It's insane. But definitely not touching this. I might watch, if Corey Kenshin does a video on this, I'm watching it. I'm watching the whole series. But me personally, I'm leaving this alone.
Nah, I heard you, man.
Sure.
I ain't gonna lie. I about to say, Charles.
Yeah, this is way too much. For one, I don't fuck with horror games in the first place, and you're telling me you're gonna make a horror-esque game and make it seem like I'm the one that's really about to fucking die. I'm good. But you know, like in the like Win said, in the wrong hands, this could get really nasty. Especially when you have people modding games. Like, and it sucks that we have to think this way, but it's just the reality of the situation. Like, people are going to use this and do some fuck shit with it. But it looks, as a game, it looks good. It just won't be my my game of choice at all.
Yeah, no, I heard you about that. Yeah, I'm about to say, Falky, yourself.
Hey, man. I remember when the other hyper realistic game came out, where like it was like demoed or whatever. And,
that was it. Unrecord.
That it was. I was actually like, this is bad. Like, this is not good, bro. Like, I was thinking, like, you know, they could have sold that off like to the military, got like a quick buck, but you know, it's whatever. That's kind of besides the point. This game looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. And if it's like strictly for horror, it's you kind of lock down the source code and all that stuff. I think I can see this game being really good. But I'm not playing it. But I think that a lot of people like horror games. Like, yeah, like you said, Corey Kenshin. If Corey Kenshin plays it, you know, I'm not gonna watch it. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't do horror at all. But I think that this game definitely has a lane, and I hope it does well. Just please keep it at horror, because this can definitely turn into something way different in the hands of the wrong person.
I hear it. And I guess from my end, you know, I'm what the Swahili call a little bitch when it comes to horror games. So yeah, I'm in that boat too.
Swahili is crazy.
I don't be doing all that too often. I'm gonna be real with you, but we did talk about this something similar in the previous episode with Unrecord. Again, as long as the hyper realism is as long as it is contained in a very unrealistic way, or a way just beyond belief, you know what I mean? Like it has that casing or that coating of, oh, this is unreality. This is not real. This ain't feasible in real life. You know what I mean? Or at least for, you know what I'm saying, for most of it, there's a good distance away from realism. It can have hyper realistic graphics, but the entire package can't be hyper realistic, if you get what I'm saying. Like, as long as we have that distance from real life, I think it can exist, and it can be fine without too many problems or a hitch, honestly. Games, of course, everything is heading towards more realism, more graphical fidelity, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. So there's more responsibility on people to, like, you know, to toe that line and to understand where they need to be in relation to that line of, okay, is this something that can be misconstrued as something that's bad? Is this something that can be taken and, you know, like flipped online for some wild story that didn't happen, but people are making it so that is, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like, this is like deepfake territory. This is like, it's not the exact same, but I feel like this is in the same ballpark as deepfake territory, where it's like, okay, we have this capability to, like, you know, change people's voices with AI and change people's faces with AI, but what is the burden of, hey, what's the burden of responsibility? We have to set a hard limit on how far we can take this, or else this is going to cause trouble for so many people, and this is going to, you know, it's going to be bullshit for a lot of different parties involved. So for Lost Fragment, it looks great. I think it's going to have a great run out with how it looks and stuff, but it's just holding the line of hyperrealism. Just stay right there. Don't move. Don't go any further. Don't go any further. That's just my piece on it, though. It's real shit. But yeah, we can skip forward to the next thing. Damn, my fucking mouse. We have some watchful eyes in the space. You know what I'm saying? Some of the technical nerds and gurus. Shout out to all y'all for watching and stalking all of the different you know, certifications and little statements that are made out in the world. And we got some verification that a Valve device got some certification in South Korea, and due to some of the specs and descriptions mentioning it being wireless, a lot of people are speculating it could be a new Steam controller, or B, a new VR headset. So some new Valve piece is being developed and is coming and is making its way through approvals. Just want to throw it to y'all first. Falk, we can start with you. I guess, what would you rather it be, and what do you think it is?
I mean, Valve's last VR headset was like the best. I think when it dropped, it became the best VR headset ever. And so I think Valve has a really, really good reputation so far with VR. And I think with the way that things are going, I do probably believe it's going to be VR, just because a lot of games are starting to get crazy graphics. Like, I know we've probably all seen like the what the PlayStation VR stuff was looking like the new PSVR 2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That looked insane.
Yeah, VR 2.
And I know if Valve's trying to compete with it, I think they have a very fair shot of not just competing with, but beating Sony. So I hope it's VR. Absolutely.
Yeah, a part of me definitely tends to agree. I ain't gonna lie. Like Steam. I'll be honest here. I don't want to see no damn Steam controller. Just make sure my compatibility with my other stuff works. I just got my Xbox Elite Controller Series 2 today, so please let's not change that. Let's not move anything around. I don't need nothing else. I'm good. That first Steam controller looked like. Have you ever seen what was it, Junji Ito? Was it Sakura or whatever? Like the horror anime or the horror manga with the girl with the spiral eyes and shit. Uzumaki.
Oh yeah.
Like literally like that. It felt like that with the controllers, and I was like, bro, I do not want this. I don't want to, like feel crop circles, on my hands. I don't want it. I'm good. So I'm gonna have to forego that. A new VR headset does sound very plausible. Again, based off what Falk's saying, I think that is a very plausible outcome of what we could see, in the future. And again, all the VR stuff is ramping up. PSVR 2 and a couple other devices were, again, either in the process of, or they're really ramping up their VR efforts. I can see it. I definitely think it'd be a new VR headset. How about you, Charles?
I mean, hey, the last one, the last VR, I read a lot of issues with it as far as like battery power. Hopefully, like hopefully they're able to improve on that. But hey, if they can create something that's good for the community, cool. I don't really care either way. I'm not really big into VR or anything of that nature. New Steam Deck or anything like that, cool, but I've got a PC. I'm never not buy my PC when I'm gaming, so for me it's not really the market for me. But hey, if someone likes it, I love it. That's my take on it.
Oh, that's fair. I hear it. I ain't gonna lie. I still need to get a Steam Deck. I ain't gonna lie. My life will not be complete until I have one. But
it look cool.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. We can figure that shit out later. But I guess moving on to the next story here, we had damn, I forgot these boys were still around. But the event expo / coordination company, ReedPop, and the ESA, aka the people behind E3, they have parted ways. So after about like 2 years trying to work together to make E3 happen, they have split, and E3 have held firm that E3 2024 is on the cards and is happening, but it won't be in LA. They apparently had their bookings or whatever, so it won't be held in their usual location of the LA Convention Center. So that's kind of off the books. And there's going to be some rumors that were like kind of swirling around that there's going to be a complete overhaul for E3 2025 and just a complete reimagining. Where have we heard that before? Of E3. So we can throw it to you, Charles. What is E3 doing?
They scaring the hoes. That's what they're doing. They are scaring the hoes. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how they've had such a infamous fall from glory. I don't know. E3 is just, I don't know what they're doing. Like, and like, I can't, that's the only thing I can say. I don't know what they are doing. Not having Smash there, it was a hit. It's just like they're just not making good decisions, and I feel like they need all of the support that they can get, and they're just like, if you want to leave, go ahead, leave. We don't need you, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. I don't know why E3 is like cutting their relationships, like burning bridges, but I don't know what's going on for E3.
Insanity, bro. Insanity. I'm about to say, Falk, you seen this shit, bro?
Yeah. I'm not really too familiar with it, but I do know that E3 has been falling off. I kind of learned that from you, you know, from your video. You should go watch it.
Hey,
But,
shameless plug, baby.
W plug, W plug.
you know, I definitely think that E3 is I mean, as you said, you know, E3 is kind of gone. Almost basically nobody's really coming to it anymore, and it's like unfortunate. Like Shaw said, man, they scaring the hoes away, and they scaring me away too, man. So I want to say, I hope y'all get y'all life together, man. Shout out to Nintendo Direct though, I like them.
What else?
My fault.
So, I'm not surprised. I don't think that this reimagining is really going to change much. Like, I don't know, man. Y'all need to do something more than just like, oh, we're coming back bigger and better than ever. Y'all should have did that shit before Summer Games Fest. That's when you guys should have came back bigger and better than ever. But it's kind of dead now. Shit, even Summer Games Fest, I feel like is a little too bloated. Like, I don't think we need a lot of these. I think we need to start condensing some of this shit because there's too many game shows where they show me the same trailers or like the games that aren't ready yet. And they look cool on the thing, but then when I buy them, I'm like, oh, this game is garbage. Like, I don't know, man. I think we might need to condense some stuff.
Bro,
just like keep it on YouTube.
Don't this shit feel like the streaming wars? Don't this shit feel like streaming to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, everybody's tired of cable, so let's do this streaming service and this streaming service, and everybody got their own streaming service. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing that pissed me off the other day is when Annapurna said they're doing their own direct on Summer Game Fest. That's what broke the camel's.
Some of the Annapurna games.
But what the fuck do they know about their own directs? What do they know? You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. And again, it's no slight to anybody, but it's just like the audacity of some of these motherfuckers. Like, this was getting me. I'm like, how could you go on a show and you have games loaded up? You have games, the bigger platform you're going to, and you're saying, hey, can you let them know that our show's going to be in like 3 weeks? Can you just do that real quick? Thanks. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, the hierarchy's all messed up because people have access to their own stuff for, I guess, I don't know, maybe a slightly cheaper thing. Maybe not. Maybe people are spending just as much money just to host their own stuff. Like, it's baffling to me. I get hosting your own thing, like your own updates, your own, like, you know what I'm saying, your own channels, your own socials. Yeah, everybody's your own social entity today. Branding is everything. We get it. But in terms of the summer flow of information and just a major event, why would you kind of either waste your slot or forgo the slot when either you're not as, I guess, known in the general gaming space, or you're, whatever, and you choose to just split time for everybody? I feel like it just inconveniences the whole lot. Like the summer schedules, when I see E3 and like people at IGN and all this stuff drop their whole, like, their lists and stuff, it be getting longer and longer every time. It be starting from like May 30th, and it goes to like, again, like what July 23rd or 24th or something like that. It'd be like a whole month and a half long because y'all spreading it across 2 months. Like, bro, E3 was just only 1 week. Everybody had their stuff done in 1 week. That was pretty much it until Gamescom. Like, and now we have to just spread everything. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. This stuff is crazy. We need, yeah, I agree with Wayne. We need to consolidate the stuff just a little bit, man. And E3, I ain't gonna lie, I have a good idea, actually. This could work. This might be the best thing you've gotten in terms of creative. Now, you need hard-hitting stuff, right? So I recommend that you kind of make the centerpiece of your festivities, your event. I'm gonna need the Soldier Station Direct. You're gonna have Soldier Boy come up there and give
Soldier Boy
and list out the games that he's got on the Soldier Station and what's coming. Soldier Station 2, and I think that might generate some more buzz than what you're planning, because, bro, you are, again, shout out to Falk for the shameless plug, but I'll shameless plug it again. If you need to see why y'all put yourselves in the grave, go check our YouTube channel, man. That Man Trip on YouTube, man. Like it's just stop trying, because the ship has sailed, in my opinion. The ship has sailed. Yeah. I don't think there's any path for recovery. And you know the funniest thing, the same day that this news came out that they split, Jeff Keighley tweeted again, hey, we're going to be live in LA 2024. Go check us out next year. I'm like, yo, my man is literally on your necks. He's not going to let you back in the door. He's got control of the house now. Like, he's not letting you in. It's over.
At this point, he just needs to quote tweet it, because he doesn't tweet enough for that to be like coincidence.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
He might as well just at them.
Like, for real, he's already, like, he's halfway there. He just about to start again giving out names directly. Like, yeah, bro, you ain't shit. ESA, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Like it's crazy, man. E3, I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. It's crazy, but But moving on, we've had some talk and some chatter from Bethesda a lot this week, and another thing that did come to the surface was some news on Indiana Jones, their next game. Well, actually, maybe one of their next games. I don't know what their order is, but the new Indiana Jones RPG is on the way from Bethesda. And then we got some word that they're about halfway. A snicker? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hold that snicker right there. We're gonna go right to you in a minute. But they said they're about halfway through the development, and they're most likely planning to show something next year of what they've done and what's coming with Indiana Jones. So we're gonna go right to the snicker culprit right here. Wheneasy, how are you? You care to share your thoughts?
So first and foremost, I'm sure when they announced the Indiana Jones game, like fathers over 45 were going stupid in the kitchen,
Oh god!
Like, they were going white dads everywhere. Were at
Indy's
the
back.
Little League games going crazy.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, what the fuck are you gonna RPG about Indiana Jones? You know what I'm saying? Like, my man had a whip and he could fight. Sometimes he had a gun. There were some times where he had a gun. What role playing aspect? Like, bro, make that shit an Uncharted clone and let's move the fuck on, Bethesda. Not everything has to be a Skyrim level. You're just gonna be a white man with a whip. And again, I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but it can go very badly. Like, the people who are playing this game are definitely not happy about the Call of Duty update. I'm gonna keep referring to that.
Bro,
That's so funny.
that's gonna be bad.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, again, they haven't even. I'm confused at what this is going to be. Again, he said, okay, there's a lot of exploration. They said they got the whole Nazi killing thing down. I would really hope you would. Honestly, that would be probably step one. But again, is it like
Somebody gonna be RPG and it's like, I kind of agree with them.
oh my goodness! Not the Kanye
I
run.
can see the video essay now, right? Like, video game.
Were they
characters-
really wrong?
Yeah, were they wrong? Thumbnail going crazy.
And that's
You feel me?
And it's crazy. You know the funniest shit though. The people who are making this game under Bethesda's wing, it's a machine. So it's the people who made Wolfenstein. So I'm like, they doubling down. They doubling down.
Here it comes.
The Nazi murders getting doubled down, baby. We love to see it. But again, just in the whole creation of this, I'm just like, all right, it has to be action. I don't know what RPG elements are going to be in there. You haven't given us much, Bethesda. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what you're on with this. And again, even if all these things do come together, it's automatically going to get compared to Uncharted. So I don't know what you're fighting uphill. Is all I'm saying. You're fighting uphill.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, Falk, you have something to say?
Oh, absolutely not. Bethesda.
What is there to say?
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, bro. I'm ready to get called a slur by Indy. He's gonna look at the camera, say you or something. I don't know, bro. Hey, bro. Shout out to Bethesda, bro.
Yeah, this man saving up. Do you hear the people with their hands in the air summoning energy for a spirit bomb in the background for Falk? Do you hear it? I don't know if y'all hear it, but I do.
I feel it, bro.
Insane. But nah, speaking of insane, what the hell going on with this news? PlayStation is increasing the price on PS Plus. All the tiers are going up by about 30 to 40%. I'm about to say for each tier, but Essentials now at $80 a year, Extras at $135, and Premiums now at $160 a year. Charles, what?
They're smoking dick. Bring back console wars, bro. We need to bring back console wars. See, this is what y'all didn't understand. The constant console war kept prices low, and now that there's no console war, everybody's like, I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want, and I'm gonna charge you an arm and a leg to play online. It's crazy, bro. Like, PlayStation, Sony, they're smoking major dick. Like, it's wild. I won't be playing, and the crazy thing is, bro, I have Sly 2, y'all know my favorite game ever, on the PlayStation Store. But you can only play it while stream, like it's an only stream capable game. It's not actually like the game.
Ew.
So I just won't be playing it anymore. So it just fucking sucks. So they smoking dick, bro. That's my consensus.
Nasty work. Falk, how about you?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Shout out to the Sony ponies, man. I hope y'all enjoy this price increase, man. Y'all have fun with that for real, y'all. I while y'all paying that price, I'm gonna be playing my little Starfield Liza P. Y'all can always just come over to the good side, the bright side.
PC Master Race.
PC Master Race is good too. I mean, no, I say PC over Xbox too, but hey, shout out to y'all.
Hey.
I was actually really happy to see this news, which is kind of crazy. I don't like capitalism. I really don't. But I've been getting called all types of crazy shit for liking like Xbox. So I remember back in the day, you know what I'm saying? People used to talk crap about, I don't have to pay for a subscription to play online. And now y'all got to pay a subscription to play any game. So eat a dick.
Found that out in middle school.
This is real hate, baby. I'm about to say, when? How about you, man? How'd you feel about this price jump?
As somebody who pays for PlayStation Premium right now, I'm kind of sick. I'm like, what the fuck?
My
bro?
bad, bro.
Nah, it's good because I play mostly on my PC. I agree that Xbox right now is the best. Like, if you don't want to buy games, like if you just don't want to straight up buy game, just get an Xbox, your Game Pass, and you'll be set for life. You don't really need to put money up for anything. I am not gonna be paying $160 a year. At least I don't think I am. Unless I come up, which then I'll be like, yo, big flex. I got PlayStation Premium for the year. Suck my dick. Big gamer. But I'm very much doubt it. My PlayStation has kind of become like a single player machine. I'm playing just straight up single player games on it. And that's really what a lot of people are going to start doing because not many people really trying to spend $80 a year just to go online. Like, I just don't see it happening. I myself will not be participating in this tomfoolery. The moment the prices go up is when I will cancel my monthly subscription. Actually, I'll cancel it whenever I remember that. Every time I get charged, I'm like, damn, I should cancel it. I forget. I think today
That's
I'm
how they
actually
get
gonna
you.
go. Yeah, no, because I'll be forgetting. I'm gonna go on my PlayStation today, cancel that shit. Because it's just not worth it at this point, man. Like, it's just you guys are asking for a lot of money, and Xbox Game Pass just dropped Starfield on this shit. Like, am I gonna get Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation Plus? No. So like, what are we here for? You know?
It's real shit. I ain't gonna lie there. Y'all said it. Y'all said it more than better than I ever could have, man. Y'all are tweaking, bro. And again, this is the thing for me though. Y'all just did the price jump like 30 to 40% with no add-on, with no value add. This was just, hey, y'all getting the same shit for more money. You know what I'm saying? That we need more money for you paying for the same thing that we're doing right now. Good luck. See you next month. Like, what? You just walk off? I'm like, that don't sound right to me. That don't sound good to me. So I'm like, bro, it's not on, bro. It's not on. And I get it. Times is tight, but you're a company and I don't care. So yeah, eat a dick. That's tough. Like, I don't want that. I don't want a price jump. I don't. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, that's that. And looking at brighter things, man. Speaking of something over on the Xbox side, speaking of that, we got Lies of P back in the iron sight, so to speak. And they had some new gameplay that came through, about 11 minutes worth, I think, on a couple different channels. And it showed off some of the weapon assemble system, where basically you can just merge any weapon handle and blade that you find in the wild to make basically hundreds of distinct combos for your weapons, and a lot of different, just exploits and combinations that you can create with it. How did you guys find this? We can go to Falk first. I know you had Liza P on the top of your mind, but how you felt about this?
Man, it doesn't really matter what, like, Liza P could be like anything, bro, and it would still be better than anything you'll get on the PlayStation Plus thing, bro. So just come on over to Xbox.
Hey, valid.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually on Xbox's nuts, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop on.
Hey,
man. I'm
That's
excited
crazy.
for Liza P, just in general. So I think that, just the more customizable, or the more like just putting everything together, like almost like on some like Legend of Zelda stuff, like not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom stuff. I really enjoyed that. So if it's like something similar to that, then I'm excited.
Nah, I hear it, bro. This motherfucker's a Game Pass apostle. I get it. This thing's ready. He's ready. Charles, what word are you, man? How'd you feel about the introduction of this new weapon assemble system?
I love it as someone who's enjoying, let's say, Baldur's Gate right now, where I can customize my character, the weapons I use. Of course, I can't like modify the weapons, but like I love being able to modify the weapon because it just creates a whole I guess relationship between you and the game. Like this is your game, this is your playthrough. You're playing it the way that you would like to play it. I think that's always a W for game devs and just also enjoyers of the game. So I'm all for it. I think this is a W step forward. And it looks good. Like it looks great. So I'm all for it.
Nah, I hear it, man. I'm about to say, when? How'd you feel about this system?
It looks really dope. I can't wait to dive into this game, play it, and then somebody tell me that I'm playing it on easy mode because of the weapon choices that I made. I'm really excited to be called a casual because I'll be like, hey man, it'd be sick if I had a pause button. And they're like, actually, but no, in all seriousness, I think that this game is really, really dope. I think it's gonna break away from the genre that it's like that so many people like will put it in. Like I think it'll actually diversify itself enough so that people aren't just like, oh, this is just another Souls-like game. Like this might actually be something a lot of people who might not even be into Souls games, but might be into something like Devil May Cry, might tap into.
Yeah, nah, and this is something I'm seeing more. I feel like over time we're seeing a few games in this lane start to bubble up to the surface and have some differentiation with it. Again, at first I thought this was going to be in the same like street as what's that other game, Steel Rising, the one that was like based in France. It was like it was literally just another basic Soulsborne. Like it didn't really do anything except change the setting to like Renaissance France or whatever. I can't remember what time period it was, but forgive me for all the historians and history buffs and stuff like that. I failed you, but I like that there's that level of differentiation. Every time I've seen Lies of P, there's more that I've been impressed with. Again, it's whether it be the setting, some of the fidelity of it, like. It looks really, really good in this weapon assemble system. I'm like, yo, I don't think I've seen this pretty much in other Soulsborne games. Like this seems something that's pretty novel and something that I would definitely use because I'm like, I know me. I need to find my strat. I need to find my personal strat that works for me. I'm gonna be like hard-headed about it. So giving the option of hundreds of different potential combos for it, this is a win-win. This is really dope. So I'm glad that they're making their own spin on the game, the genre, and putting it into their own game and having that flavor. So I like it, man. Lies of P continues to impress. Interesting stuff, man. Again, for like sure. That might be another dub for the Game Pass when it drops. I think it drops this month, sometime in September, right? Late September.
September 18th, I think. So like, like 10 days or something.
Damn, not too far away. Jeez, yeah, nah, they cooking. They cooking with oil, man. They cooking with oil. Fair play. And moving on here, we got some news from Yoshida and the Final Fantasy 16 gang that 2 paid DLCs will be coming in the future for that title, as well as a PC version that has been confirmed with news on both the DLCs and the PC version coming at the end of this year. How'd you feel about all this news?
Pretty dope. I haven't tapped into Final Fantasy yet. I really want to. But I kind of don't want to make the same mistake of playing it too early, depending on what this DLC really entails. But I hear way better things about 16 than I did about 15.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was my biggest concern. Is like I don't want a repeat of that. So I definitely think I will tap in soon. Hearing that they're gonna have 2 more DLC is pretty dope. And from my understanding, their DLCs, they may not be the most expansive, like crazy game-changing things, but they're pretty enjoyable. So shout out to them, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are happy about this because a lot of people really enjoyed this game.
Yeah. Charles, what'd you make of all this news and a PC version and some DLCs?
Honestly, I'm excited for the PC version because I like when I have not tapped into Final Fantasy yet, but I know the cult is jumping in their seats, bro. I just know it.
No, but PC! No. They're gonna get better graphics.
Mods. But nah. I just know that the Final Fantasy faction will love this a lot. And hey, I'm always here for like continuing games. As far as like the RPG style, because if you're just gonna keep giving us more content, like I'm just gonna keep playing the game. I'll keep putting money into it. And if it's a good game, unlike a certain, shooter that I know, then hey, might as well pay for the content. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Nah, I hear it. I'm about to say and Falk. Brother, I'm about to say. Let me see. I think he might take a quick second to jump out, but he'll jump back in a second. But yeah, for me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm very interested to see what the DLCs are going to entail. I feel like Final Fantasy 16 is in a good spot. I feel like unfortunately, they might just miss out on Game of the Year shouts, even though they're within that ballpark, which is actually a tough conversation that we got to have soon. Like, this is such a difficult ass year for Game of the Year picks and just Game Awards in general, because there's so many good games that dropped. Like, we knew this was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I need to actually find that clip from last year that already says like, yo, next year is gonna be like an insane year. But Final Fantasy 16 is on a good path. Again, it seems like they have a really strong grip on their development process, which I'm happy for, because that doesn't always happen at Square Enix. So I'm glad they've got a good handle with that in future versions. And a PC version, everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? You get better graphics. You get the CJ from San Andreas mod. What is there not to love? What is there not to love? So you love to see that. And yeah, I'm just glad that all that's coming through. And then he confirmed that we're going to get some more news by the end of the year. So we're going to have at least a date to figure all that stuff out, which is good. All right. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And a quick look here, man. Listen, we got some more rumors, some heavy rumors. It's popped up again. We saw that the Switch 2, the Nintendo Switch 2 was shown to a select few people at Gamescom 2023 and had a couple of viewpoints, a couple of observations from a few different sources. Jez Corden, Eurogamer, VGC had a lot of different, I guess, reports come through. It said that, people who saw the Switch 2 apparently had a viewing of a souped up version of Breath of the Wild running on some Target hardware to show kind of the comparison difference. A tentative late 2024 or sooner window to drop this new console, and reports from VGC that the Switch 2 was able to run the UE5 Matrix Awakens demo with DLSS and visuals in that ballpark of the current gen. So some bold claims, I guess, what people are seeing and running through here. I can throw it to Charles first. How do you feel about the Switch 2 rumors now they're picking up a little bit more steam?
Hey, how old is the Switch? 3-4 years, maybe?
I thought like 5.
More than that.
More
than that. Because I bought a Switch in college, like not like late college, early college.
Then sheesh, then it's about time. I'm glad that's like, Nintendo and their team hasn't been, dropping any like breadcrumbs like, hey, look what we got in the works, or just wait. I'm glad they haven't really spoke up. At least I haven't seen anything regarding that. If there are speculations, cool, but I think it's about time for a new handheld console from Nintendo. So I'm all for it. If I get to play Unite in 4K, then I'm with it.
I hear. I'm about to say, I'll open up. Whoever want to go ahead. Switch 2 is some contentious shit.
I'm happy for it. My Switch has kind of been dying, but I've been scared to upgrade it, like or buy an OLED, because I'm like, yo, if I buy an OLED and the Switch 2 drops, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. So like, if there's a new one coming out, please release that junk soon. My touchscreen is acting weird all the time. I can barely play it in handheld. Nintendo, please, I'm asking you. But I'm sure a lot of people may be a little upset for people. Like I bought my brother an OLED last Christmas. I got it for him for Christmas, and I'm like, damn, now he might have to go cop a new Switch. But honestly, the way the Switch has been going lately, like, it's just kind of sad. Like there are indie games that I really would want to play on the Switch, but every time an indie game comes out, I'm like, do I want to play this on the Switch? Because it might run like shit. Like I remember Cult of the Lambs. I was super excited for the game I bought on the Switch. And sometimes, like, it'd be dropping frames, and in a roguelike where like one hit will kill me, that's awful. And a game like I shouldn't look at Cult of the Lambs and be like, damn, is that gonna run good on the Switch? Like that's really bad. And especially when we have like the Steam Decks and whatnot now, like why would you buy a Switch in this day and age? Like real shit, why would you?
Yeah. And as a dumb motherfucker who got a Switch in the past year, it's tough. It's tough. I'll be honest. It's tough when you see a souped up Switch, but that trading value will probably hold true. I haven't used it a crazy amount, so I mean we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But and again, something in the ballpark of current gen visuals. If y'all hit the ballpark of what current gen looks like, yeah, hats off. I'm not saying. I'm not even saying that's powerful. If y'all can hold like 35 frames or something like that consistent, like if y'all can hold that, no, like not even dropping on most of these games, you know, you get a kudos for me, man. I'm in with it. I'm in there with you. So listen, bro. The only thing it's good about he's good hearing about these rumors, and it's good hearing this Steam and the cross corroboration of that is on the way. I just need the drop from Nintendo. I need them to let us know, hey, it's coming. It's really on the way, so we can really get prepared and understand what we're in for. So, hurry up, give it the news.
I was gonna say sorry. I was gonna say I was looking at the article, the one that, and I'm like, DLSS.
You know what I'm saying?
That's insane. What the heck? Okay, if they can bring out a console or a portable handheld console that has DLSS compatibility, can run Unreal Engine 5 games and visuals comparable to PS5, I'm gonna be honest. One, I need Tears of the Kingdom 60 FPS on that joint.
Facts.
And then I will be buying that day one. I don't care, bro, because that's ridiculous. I'm so excited.
What is that? What is that joint? What is that joint going to look like? It's going to look like a fatback TV you got hit with a shrink ray. Like you know what I mean? Like
I don't care how ugly this shit looks. If I can play freaking Pokemon Unite with less lag, I'm not even asking for no lag. If I could play this game
just less.
With, like if I could play this game at the quality of my cell phone, I'd be excited. Like that's how low the bar is for these Nintendo consoles. Like we're not even asking for the bare minimum.
No.
We're asking to not be embarrassed. Like that's what we're asking for.
Can you just not embarrass me right now, bro? Can you play it respectable? Respect yourself.
Like,
facts.
I'm not even trying to argue you're the greatest of all time. I'm just trying to argue that you deserve to be in the league, you know?
People don't know that your console works.
Like, I don't want to be embarrassed when I pull you out and then somebody has a Steam Deck. It's like, oh man, yeah, no, it's reliable, still kicking.
Oh, what if it's just like a Switch with like a 3090 hooked up to the back of it?
That's insane,
bro.
That is insane.
For what reason?
That shit looking like them little fish that like hang under a great white shark. It's literally the opposite. Everybody said we just playing from that. Like, what got this big ass thing hooked up? You're gonna have to move this shit in a wheelbarrow. What the fuck is that?
I'm in the airport. Right. They're like, sir, could you please turn that off? Why? Like the 3 fans are going crazy.
But what if they come out with some stuff like almost like on that PlayStation article where they were like, hey, this is a stream-only device on some stuff. And like,
they shouldn't.
They would die.
No. I'm not listening.
But I think it's gonna be, dude. I'm actually thinking about this. Actually makes so much sense.
No, because
they give you a
let it stream off of. That's
let him land.
That's what I'm saying, right? They're gonna give you. So let's say it's like a $400 price point. They give you almost like on like, I don't know if you guys like know like the Mac Mini, like the just like it's like a Mac, but it's just like by itself.
I know what it is.
Like
I know what it is.
Yeah. So they give you like a Mac Mini type thing that has the power, it has the compatibility, all that. You plug. That's how you get it. Your HDMI to TV. That's how you do all that stuff. They give you a separate piece of hardware that makes it portable that you stream off of. Now, where I started to get confused about this whole concept is how the hell you gonna play this portably, like outside the crib?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure, but I do think that is something somewhat plausible if they can figure out a way to make that happen. I don't think it's really possible. Maybe if they can make like local storage or something. I don't know. I feel like it could be cool.
I just feel like because the Switch is such a great, and it's a great concept piece, right? And it's a great actual console. If you make it, like you said, make it like local, but have a way to stream and make it wireless. Right. I don't know if you go back. I think that'd be a step back for Nintendo. It's like to make a console that's only local. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree. They kind of landed there in a zone. I think that makes sense for them. I don't think they would deviate too far from the mobile capability. They just need to beef up their in-house, like literally when you're sitting in the home, that fidelity. I think if you have a beefier port system that again might have those capabilities that allows you to make that jump into higher quality into like the ballpark of current gen, then I think that might be acceptable as well. It just they have to market it right. They have to package package it right, where they're saying, hey, listen, we're gonna get that quality, but what's the trick here? You know what I'm saying? Because if you give me a big ass box, you're gonna give me a big ass army telephone for like the 50s and stuff like that. The sergeant, they're bombing Pearl Harbor. You know what I'm saying? Like that joint,
Bro.
like
Hey, yo.
you know what I'm saying? Like the big ass block joint. I don't know why I went straight to Pearl Harbor. That's my fault. But, but the movie was on TV recently. I don't fucking know. But if you give me that sizable thing, I don't know what I'm gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna adjust to that rather than the last Switch.
Yeah.
If you I don't want them to sacrifice too much of their model now because they're actually in a good space with their level of, again, portability. Yeah, so it's just what we're gonna see out of what they run and what their model is. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But all right, let's switch real quick. Let's get into the trailer trove. A quick section real here talking about some more watchable media. You know what I'm saying? The animes, the TV, the movie, all that good stuff. And we have a story here talking a little bit about Gen V. That's right. We got a brand new full trailer for Gen V. And I guess it's an upcoming spinoff for The Boys. Got some confirmation that it occurs between season 3 and season 4. So we can take it down to the team right here. We can take it down to Wen and ask them, how is Gen V looking?
So I think it looks pretty sick. I am a fan of The Boys. I'm finally fully caught up. It took me forever. I'm one of the people who will hear how good a TV show is and actively avoid it because I'm just a hater. I think it's at this point part of my DNA. But I am a fan of The Boys. I'm excited for this. This is gonna be one of those things where me and my girlfriend sit down and watch it, binge it over the weekend or something like that. I like what they're doing with this franchise because knowing from where it came from in the comics and it being when I used to read comics, it was such a niche thing that I heard about. I read them and I was like, this is so stupid. And to see how it's evolved is truly something I would have never expected. So shout outs to them. They're doing great things, and I can't wait to see this new season.
Yeah, word. Falk, you tapped in with The Boys? You seen this trailer?
I have not seen the trailer, but I am tapped in with The Boys. If you could tell me a real quick spin up, is there anything new going crazy or anything crazy going on or no? I'm very caught up though.
It's pretty much like college kids, trying to become heroes. They all have abilities, and this is literally The Boys meets Professor Xavier, and pretty much.
Oh, then that's gonna be tough. Now it's gonna be hard, especially with the comedy with The Boys that the Boys has. I think this is actually gonna be. This actually has, I think, the potential to be bigger than the main series. Honestly, because
really,
this probably could connect more to the newer generation. I feel like The Boys, the older, not the older one, the original one, it has a lot more adult comedy. I don't think a lot of the younger people wouldn't be able to get it, but I think them bad little kids who ain't supposed to be watching this show can turn it on and mute it at night.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie. If you watch this trailer for Gen V, it's the same shit. It's the same shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. The bad little kids, they supposed to be watching it. They got it muted on their TV.
Yeah, no, bro. Listen, this shit might go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking from all first glance, bruh. All I gotta say is I'm glad that they're taking care of this. They're taking care of everything about The Boys. I've never seen an IP handled so well and just boosted beyond its limits as The Boys from comic to TV. And again, they have characters that are from the main series that we've seen before. Tapping into this, they're tying this in. They said it's between season 3 or 4, of course. So we have that canonical tie-in to where things are. So I'm loving all that stuff, man. Charles, how you taking it though?
As someone who's been tapped into The Boys, and I've read some of the comics, I love it. I'm always here for the expansion of a world, and I think the television show is handling the comics very well. But I also think that when you have a low-key spinoff, it gives somebody a chance to take a deep breath while still enjoying the main, I guess, focus of the IP. So I'm excited because it's a new take. You have kids in college, they're learning about their abilities. These aren't heroes yet. This isn't the society. This isn't what's y'all remember the name of the company corporation?
Vought.
Vought. This isn't Vought. This is some some regular college, and you get to see a different perspective of like the superhero world. And that's something I'm always interested in, is like, how does like the superhero world affect the small pockets of like society and stuff. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This shit is like sky high for crackheads, and I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm all for it. I am all for it. This is going to be
accurate.
Insanity, and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm seated episode 1, so yeah, they got something cooking.
And it looks more like grotesque than the voice.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Like off rip. They they going like 100 miles an hour. Real shit. But yeah, with that, we got another story here. Speaking of, I don't want to raise too much of Annapurna, but Annapurna are back in the news again, and they have put in the order for Stray to become an animated film. So first and foremost, we'll go to when, you know what I'm saying? I know you were a noted fan of Stray over the past year when it dropped and stuff, and you like the IP. So how'd you feel about this?
All right, guys. I love Stray. Like, I think it's great. But I think we're kind of juicing it a little bit. You know, like, this is cool. It was a cool it was a cool game. But let's just a little smidge, bro, you know?
So take it easy.
Like, I'm excited to see. I think that this game translates very well into a TV show. Like, I think it would work perfectly. The only issue I kind of have is just like, no, not really. Like, this works well, but I don't like how much this one game has just like become their entire identity at this point. Because they make some bangers. So like, I can't really complain about this becoming a show. I think it makes sense. But I also like, I don't want to see Stray remastered in 2 years. That's my biggest concern. Like, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, we redid it with better graphics. Like, nah, let's just let it go.
You don't want Too Stray Too Furious? You don't want that?
Yo, Too Furriest would be the funniest title.
Bars.
Bars. Off the hip, bro. That's crazy.
Marco. I already had to cook. But Charles, how do you feel about a Stray movie coming into the fray?
I'm not a cat person, so
beautiful, perfect. Falk, how do you feel about it? You booing?
No, I'm booing at Charles, bro. Cats are best.
Fuck cats. Anywho.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know what they do to you, buddy. All right. Fuck. Just fuck them, that guy. Yeah. You know, I'm excited. As somebody that, you know, really, I didn't get to end up playing Stray. I really wanted to play it. I actually might play it now just because of this. And I heard it was really good. And I think that I'm excited for a lot of games becoming films. Like, I think, especially with Super Mario having done it really well, I think that a lot more games are going to be coming to the box office, and I'm excited to see it. I feel like gaming is just getting bigger and bigger every single day. And, you know, as long as, you know, they're not the Fortniters or anything like that, I'm glad to see the industry grow. You know, I love it.
I hear it, man. And yeah, on one hand, it's like, yo, it's cool that a lot of these games are they're getting into that different media space. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, fuck it, we're gonna make a movie. Like, we're gonna do this. And like, seeing gaming in other mediums, like other mediums have, you know, trying to take to gaming. I like that. I do like that. It just kind of shows, again, like the power of this medium and how big it can actually get, where, you know, video games can be smash hits in a box office, or at least have the capacity to make multiple projects and make big projects that are, you know, impactful. Whether, you know, some of them are misses, a lot of them are misses. But we're getting to the point where there's steadily more and more decent films from this side. So maybe Annapurna can knock it out of the park with that stuff. But yeah, on the other side, I don't know if I'm gonna watch a movie about a stray cat for like a whole 2 hours. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But, you know, I can be persuaded. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But, you know, we'll see. But speaking of animal films, I guess, kind of, we got to look at the Aztec Batman Clash of Empires film. So it's basically centering around a Batman adaptation, of course, about a boy in the Aztec Empire, and he's exacting revenge over his father's death from basically the Spanish Inquisition, basically, and the Spanish force that invades the area, their land. So I'll take it to Falk, man. How'd you feel about some of this news, some of the images that you might have seen from it on Batman Aztec?
Let's just be honest here. I'm not a big Batman guy, but from what I can see, it looks I don't even know how to explain this. Like, I don't know how to describe it, bro. It looks interesting, I think. You know, the Joker looks very much like okay, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie, bro. I wanted to be sensitive to people who might have been from this. I wanted to be sensitive, but I don't like the way it looks. I'm gonna be real. Batman looks cool, but everything else kind of is throwing me off a little bit. Shout out to them though, for real. Batman has so many spinoffs, bro. They might have like some like the most superhero spinoffs other than Spider-Man, I think.
No, probably not. You're not even wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the other side of this though. I fuck with this look. I fuck with it heavy. I ain't gonna lie. I liked a lot of the spinoffs. Again, the last major one I think off the top of my head was the Batman Ninja, the Ninja shit, when they were in Japan and stuff. And I like that one. And like, I just like the different looks of it, man. And this is cool. This could be a nice little rendition. Now I'm like, I don't know how you going. I mean, it could probably easily spin it. He's probably like the son. He's like the son of a leader or whatever, and somehow he was in a back alley watching a movie and stuff. I don't know what movie he was watching.
The Aztec Empire.
Yeah, in the Aztec Empire, and then his parents got shot and shit. But maybe with some arrows or some shit. I don't know. But I can see it. And I'm cool with it. I'm liking the art style. I want to see like live footage just to see how it actually moves and stuff in live animation. But I'm cool with this concept. I like it. I'm gonna say, Wen, how about you?
It looks interesting. I just finished watching like I think it was like Batman Doom or something like that, where like it has to do with like H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
And that was a cool idea. Like exactly what Fox said was like Batman has one of like the most it has so many different versions and so many different takes on Batman. It's very interesting to see. I think I'll be tapped into this. I'm interested to see because I really enjoyed Batman. I really enjoyed Ninja Batman or Batman Samurai, whatever it was called. Because it just took something that and just added its own spin. So I'm really interested to see like the cultural decisions they make for this spin-off. So I will be tapped in. I'm a huge anything DC animated I pretty much watch. Like Facts. I don't even really need, it doesn't even really matter who's in it. Like
Stamped.
I'll pretty much watch everything.
That whole genre is stamped. That whole subgenre is stamped. DC animated films is cooked almost always. So yeah, I hear you on that. Charles, how'd you feel about this?
When tengo una pregunta, mi amigo.
Oh my goodness, this nigga, right?
Como se dice? Who asked for this? I just want to know who decided to make Bruce Wayne a fucking Aztec. Like, who the fuck asked for this, dog? Like, Batman being a ninja, 100% understandable. He's a fucking ninja. Who the fuck asked for this?
This guy's tripping.
Yo, who the fuck is asking for Batman to be, I don't know, worshiping the sun god? And then
technically it's the Bat God. It's the Bat God, but you know, just
you know what I mean, bro. Don't nobody want this shit, bro. It's probably going to be fire, but at the end of the day, why? Just why? I just don't get it. But sure, Batman, DC, yeah, okay.
Oh, but niggas love Kukul Khan. Okay, all right. We're gonna
Khan is that guy.
We're gonna cast stones around. All right. It's fucking insane. This man Charles speaking the tongue of the invader. What a fucking guy.
Wait, hold on. Since we talk about invaders, you tell me you ain't watched The Batman, and this nigga Bruce Wayne did not know L from La, and you want to talk about this nigga learned Spanish from an Italian, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I mean, listen, romance language, they're close enough. He's some recluse white dude. He don't have Duolingo on his phone. It's too bright of an app for him.
No, you're not gonna expect me to believe
Man.
he fucking explosives in his basement, knows
Bro.
multiple forms of kung fu, but he don't
Bro.
know basic Spanish?
Bro, you
That's
telling
why I
me you telling me he can look at a room and tell you exactly what happened moment by moment like a fucking recorder, and he can't know L versus La? All right, bro.
Hey,
No,
He got,
hey,
he got
him-
a supercomputer. I got a dumb computer. My shit still got Google on it. What's up with his shit?
Hey, brushing up his language skills was in year 2. It wasn't year 1. Y'all gotta relax, all right? Relax.
Okay.
Damn.
All right.
Shit is crazy out here, bro. I'm trying to.
Whatever you say, buddy.
I'm dead, man. But we can push on to the last story of the trailer trove. This one was kind of a juicy one. I'm not gonna lie. We got word via Vulture that a PR firm named Bunker has been basically just manipulating and messing with a bunch of Rotten Tomatoes scores for about 5 years now by paying off reviewers directly to bump some scores up, man. Charles, we'll go straight to you, man. What the hell?
I am befuddled. I feel lied to. I don't know, because I just had so much, hope and just faith in the integrity of Rotten Tomatoes. This is such a shocker to me. Oh my God. Bro, we knew this shit was like that, bro. No one is shocked or surprised about this. It's just a matter of time.
I'm just shocked people admitted it. That's all I'm saying. I
feel that.
Honestly, Falk, how you feel about it? Oh no, one, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm not really super surprised. One thing I found out very early on in all media, just this is just a rule for any type of media you consume. Man, fuck what anybody else has to say about the shit. Watch the shit yourself. It's truly the best way. I always did it for video games. I always watched video game reviews for video games because back in the day I couldn't afford them. Now, this is the first year that I buy games without looking at the review. I'll look at the review after the fact to see if I'm not crazy when I say I don't like how this is made or whatever the fuck. But with movies, that's just $10. Movies are expensive, don't get me wrong. But I don't think they're so expensive to the point where I see something cool and I'm I kind of want to check that out. And I'm actually, let me make sure the Rotten Tomatoes score is high before I tap into this. Man, it's a movie, bro. You could watch this shit for $10. You can watch this shit for free, honestly, a lot of the time. You can wait 1 month or 2, and then bitches is on a streaming service. So
wow, allegedly, wow. That's a crazy statement there, Wen. And I'm just saying that on a site, wow, it's pretty illegal. Wow.
What the fuck?
It's pretty. Who would do that? What the fuck? Oh gosh, we don't promote that here at No Cool Down. I just want to let you guys know we're playing things by the book. You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen.
By the book. I guess I'll go next, man. It's yeah, buddy. It took me about 18 years living on this earth to figure out that anything in this world can be purchased. It doesn't matter what it is, man. Happiness, friends, it doesn't matter. Well, not happiness, friends, all that stuff. It can be all purchased. And this is no different. I knew every single media. I'm guaranteeing you, even those game review scores, man, most of those are probably purchased. Now when we start to look at this, it starts to get a little bit critical because now you're looking at it from a different perspective. Is this technically buying viewers? Because you're gonna look at Rotten Tomato and you're gonna be like, oh shoot, this joint has a 98. This joint's probably raw. Let me go see that. That's buying a view, basically. So I think it's unethical. And I definitely wouldn't have admitted it because now Rotten Tomato has zero credibility. It's kind of unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I say you game the system the same way that these corporations do. Be like Rice Gum, buy your Twitch viewers. I'm gonna be honest.
Let me just before I make my points here, I just want to double check this. Paid in full, 53%. Okay, all right. Just
Wait, paid in full the movie?
Yeah, paid in full.
Cameron?
Paid in full, 53% on the tomato meter.
Yes, bro.
53%. I just want to double check if that was hitting right for me. I just wanted to double check if that was
racist.
Yeah, racist. Bro.
Racist and corrupt. Who would have thought? No way. Let me just double check that. 2001, just before we get rolling here. Not enough. Training day only 74%. Piss off.
74 for
bro.
I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake.
Now,
you know, nasty, dog. It's nasty.
Like,
this is crazy. Do you think the writer's strike had something to do with this coming out?
Possibly.
Probably.
Honestly,
I wouldn't put it past, to be honest.
I'm pretty certain that that's probably interrelated. They probably have some type of connection, honestly, between those two reveals. Like, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I've already had beef with Rotten Tomatoes from day one with how y'all rated some of the best movies I've possibly ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Some of you, you know what I'm saying, like Trentham Wallowitz Esquire the Third, whatever posh land you come from, not rating anything like Training Day or Paid in Full. Hold nuts for that. But for y'all paying for view, which you already do is happen anyway. But again, just for that, just to bump up a few people's like scores. They were talking about they're trying to upgrade what's it called? One of Daisy Ridley's movies that nobody saw with like a 46 to a 62. And I'm like, damn, bro, you just gotta let it lie, bro. You just gotta stand in your L and move forward. Like every actor probably has some L's. Like, let's be real. Most of the actors had some L's. That's okay. Except for Denzel Washington. Yeah, he don't really have L's like that. I ain't gonna lie. He doesn't
miss. It's so crazy.
The nigga don't miss. And again, Man on Fire, they rated 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was 39%. They're
racist. That's the story. It's not even that they're paying per view. They're racist.
The strain of phallus that they're smoking is insane.
What? I don't know if y'all have ever seen the Book of Eli, but
yes,
I've seen the book.
Of course, it's 47%.
47?
47 is crazy. That's insane.
Freak, man.
Bro, this is also an interrelated idea. We need to run through this another day. Honestly, we need to just run through the most egregious to Rotten Tomato like just ratings and just understand how much crack that they smoke. I did this a couple years ago with my little brother, and we was pissed. I need to run back through this.
It was fire. Yeah.
We got to run through this again. That's a whole other side note for another day, bro. We'll figure it out. But to Rotten Tomatoes, y'all been riding. We knew this to the core. We knew this, man. But speaking of a point that you made there, Falk, let's take us to one of our main stories for the day. The strikes. The SAG-AFTRA strikes, they have been going on and on for the past couple of months now, as the SAG-AFTRA have been at war with, all the major production companies, the film production, giants, all those people out there, as they're fighting for fair wages, payments, just firm stances on a lot of things like the AI streaming and the AI usage of voices and likeness and such like that. A lot of things that have, again, set the SAG-AFTRA alight and pissed them off. Them, the WGA, a lot of people are involved, and games might be involved next, as the SAG-AFTRA board are set to vote on a separate strike for the video game industry this month, and if enacted, the strike is set to affect these companies directly. I'm going to mention them. So Activision, Blind Light, Disney Character Voices Inc., EA, Epic Games, Formosa Interactive, Insomniac, Take-Two, VoiceWorks, and WB Games would be the most notable and probably the most directly affected of those games that would be struck upon. So first, I'm gonna take it to Falk, man. Striking on games. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, man. I actually, I just like the SAG-AFTRA one, man. I'm standing with them. I hope that it goes, man. I hate that when people get like taken advantage of, especially like in a media that I love so much, like gaming. I think that they need to stand up and they need to fight for their rights. Honestly, bro, I'll be out there with them with my little picket sign, my little sign, and I'm gonna be saying, yeah, F Activision, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And then I'll take this to Charles next. Again, I probably, if this strike is enacted, and a lot of sentiment seems that they're going to vote in favor, most likely these games will not be allowed to, I guess if you wanted to comply with the strike, these games will be banned from streaming. The SAG-AFTRA would recommend you don't stream them, don't support them, don't promo them, all that good stuff. So how do you think, what do you see that impact of it being, and are you for it, against it? What's happening with that?
I'm all for it. Like Fox said, I'm all for, supporting people who are being taken advantage of. But I also have to, think about the people who just don't give a fuck. As far as like streaming goes, or streamers, I should say, we know that, people say this is in politics, but at the end of the day, if you show me where you lie, then yeah, it's political. But I hope that they get everything that they deserve and need, as far as the workers, the devs, the writers, everybody on that end gets what they need. But if it does pass, and these games, won't allow people to like stream them, people are still going to do what the hell they want to do, unfortunately. And I just hope that that isn't the case. I hope people understand what is going on and what is happening and why it is happening. But at the same time, I W for them. I hope it passes. But I just know people are going to be dickheads and going to stream the games anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. And when I'll throw it to you, man, how you feel about it?
I love me a good strike, man. I'm really excited for this. Like I like it really brings me joy when people straight up say, "Yo, we're not here for it." Like every time we have a news story where it's like, "Yo, there's a new union in video games," it brings me so much joy because I know that people are fighting for what they deserve, right? Like these people have been taken advantage of by so many before them, and like they're still taking advantage till this day. So I hope that this strike straight up goes through. As for like content creators, they are a lot of them are very spineless. They'll sell their mother just to get front page on Twitch. I promise you not. I'm not really afraid to say it because they won't leave their house to fight me, so it doesn't matter. They like that's the thing that's really sad about streaming is that people have this big platform. I mean, look at some of the biggest streamers. Look at like the biggest contributions they've made. Like look at Dr. Disrespect. Look at fucking Nick Mercs. Like these guys fucking they haven't helped anybody in their lives. Like they could use these platforms to do a lot of big things. A lot of the big streamers could. But when it comes down to like, man, I'm going to have to find games that aren't on this list because there's somebody who made a list already of games that could possibly be affected. It hasn't even dropped yet. And people already have lists of games that you should probably avoid. So there's no reason of not knowing. Like the information's out there. People have made it easy for you. And a lot of them will say, well, I'm a Call of Duty streamer. People aren't going to watch me if I don't play Call of Duty. I think they would. Because if you're like if you're a bigger streamer, they're not there necessarily for the game. And if they're only there for the game, then you're a shitty streamer to begin with. That's really what it comes down to. If I'm here only for the game you're playing, dog, it doesn't matter. It doesn't like turn the camera off and just don't show your face. And then you could scab all you want. Nobody's gonna care because obviously they're only here for the game, right? Like a lot of people are gonna want to have their cake and eat it too. They're like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not going to judge you. If you're my friends, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, it's crazy that you're playing that game right now. Because, some people are under contract. Some people have like a lot of shit going on. Honestly, some motherfuckers are like, listen, I wish I could have support, but I got to make this bread. I get it. But also don't sit here and pretend you're not scabbing. Don't pull a straw hat goofy and fucking make 6 TikToks on why you fucking up. Like, just be like, yo, I fucked up. Or I want to get this bag and I can't really say no to it right now. Like that's all it is to it. Just be transparent and keep it a bean. But don't sit here and be like, I stand with these people and I hope they get everything they deserve, and then get in the way of those people doing that. Because just because you're not a streamer, you're a streamer, not a voice actor or whatever, it doesn't mean that you can't help somebody else.
That's some real shit. I don't be streaming like that no more, so I don't got nothing to worry about really. That's really my major piece of like I'm gonna be real though. I ain't gonna lie, like JK, but honestly speaking, it's so easy to fall into the that bag of okay, so the acting thing is so far away. It's like so far removed from me. You can have it's not my problem type of deal about it, but again, this entertainment thing is so interrelated now. And again, gaming and game streaming and game entertainment is a new form of that, a dimension of that in some way or another. So showing support in that side is, it's helpful. Everything helps. Everything toes that line. So the voice actors, again, the Yuri Lowenthal's all the way down to, the extra number 5 in the game, they're important. Again, the people who are developing games, they're important. I feel like some of them will be involved in this as well. Like there's the gaming writers, you know what I'm saying? They're involved in this too. Like there's just a lot that goes into this that we don't think. And it's if you really want to, you know what I'm saying, like actually support games and want better games, you would support this strike because people aren't getting their just due from gaming. They aren't getting their just due. If this goes through and then that's that it's just another show that, hey, we're not getting what we need from gaming to put out more dope stuff. So we need to figure this out. Like, I don't know. If you can't be in support of people, the people behind games getting better treatment so they can make better games, I don't understand what your line of thought for everything. You can't complain about anything you receive from gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's at least I'm just in that mind space. But again, like looking at some of the games on the list, I can easily it's just gonna be the toughest time for all like the Fortnite and what's it called, the Call of Duty streamers. They're like, oh no, the only game I play, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You can go play something else, bro. I promise you.
There are like 3 or 4 like shooters, FPS shooters that are trying to become the most popular game right now. How about you step into that game? I don't know, talk to some people, get a deal, stream that game. Because I guarantee you they aren't on this list. Like you can do whatever. Like you just have to not be lazy, and that's what it comes down to. Like don't be stagnant, don't be lazy, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Another thing too is like look at what's happening with like SAG. Like there's movies that are coming out and being developed and are going to be able to be like promoted right now during the strike because those studios are like, yes, we're accepting the terms. So there will be game studios that will accept those terms. So just follow the news. And just find the studio that is actually taking the initiative and being like, you know what, we're gonna be on the right side of things. We're gonna give these people the money they deserve. But like a lot of people won't do that, and they will be like, listen, I don't like getting involved in politics, but again, let Nick Merckx lose his skin, and everybody become fucking Ted Cruz on the stream.
Tell you what, tell you what, I'm about to say. Talk one thing about a skin, a comment motherfuckers make, some pronouns, and niggas be losing their minds, bro. Niggas be losing their minds for all the wrong reasons, ain't it?
But then it'd be like, oh, these people are not getting enough money to feed their families, and they're like, man, hey, that ain't really got nothing to do with me, man. I feel like there's a lot of sides to all these stories. I feel like why are we even, I'm more bipartisan than anything. Like, man, shut your ass up, bro.
Shit the fuck out of here. I hear it, man. And with that, we're at our final story of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's out. It's here. Amidst all the complaints, the slander, the anticipation, the fear, the frame rate issues, the planets that you can't explore because they're actual gas giants, we have made it to the launch of Starfield, to some a lot of different things. Again, there's some of the hate, there's some of the love, and can't deny some of the numbers. The biggest Bethesda launch so far, I believe the number was 6 million players that played on day one. I need to get a confirmation on that, but I believe it was around 6 million. So shout out to Starfield for that, and shout out to Bethesda. First impressions of the game. I'll throw it to Charles first. I'm not sure if you played any of it or if you've seen any of it. I don't know how you feel about it, just from whatever perspective you're coming from.
So I'm strictly a viewer of people watching it. It hasn't grabbed my attention yet. I thought I would love this game. I have seen a lot of like frame rate issues, like as far as like when you're in the gunfights. Character customization looks amazing. The story looks cool. I like the dialogue. It just doesn't get me though. There's something that's missing. It feels. So I think I saw. I say Win or somebody else say this. This and No Man's Sky have two opposite problems. Where where No Man's Sky for me felt focused in what you were trying to do. For me, Starfield doesn't feel focused. It feels too open. It feels too sandboxy for me, I guess. I mean, granted, I'm just watching and not playing, so I don't have real objectives. It just feels like there's too much happening for me. It doesn't feel focused.
Okay, interesting. When I guess you had some time with it. I think you probably definitely had some more time than me. I had like a couple hours, but how'd you make out on it?
So I did tweet that out. I specifically said Starfield and No Man's Sky would be the perfect game, the perfect space exploration. It would literally be like perfect, because the things that No Man's Sky lacks in, Starfield excels in, but things that Starfield excels in, No Man lacks in. So in my I want to say I played a couple hours. There's more of a story in No Man's Skies. I care more about this, not No Man's Skies, in Starfield. I care more about what's going on in the Starfield story than I do in something like No Man's Skies, because there's just people with real voices, and it resonates with you better. You don't have to sit there and read a bunch of shit. But the part that sucks about No Man's Skies is when I hopped in my ship for the first time and I'm like, yo, let's go to orbit. and that shit took me to a loading screen to orbit. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I was like, wait, like, and I was pretty smacked, so I was not expecting it. So it made it significantly worse when like it was a cutscene. And I'm like, wait, I can't just fly out. And they said it in interviews, but I didn't think it was gonna be this egregious. Because like even entering a planet is a cutscene. Like you could have easily put like a video of me going through like an atmosphere with a little loading thing on the side, and it would have been more immersion than that.
Man wanted the Destiny Iron Banner loaded or some shit.
Like something, Destiny loading at least feels a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like you straight up show me a still
I can move the ship
with the tip. Like come on, bro.
Hey,
like,
pause.
Come again.
Still is with it. That was crazy.
But like that's the thing that blew me, man. I was just like, bro, I truly feel. But like when you play the gunfights, mad fun. Like going into like dungeons and exploring, like that's fun. I'm having a blast, bro. But you're gonna sit here and look me in the face and tell me that like going to planets, I literally have to like load in. Like it kind of ruins the whole space exploration because it doesn't feel like space exploration anymore. It just feels like it feels like a Bethesda game. That's what this game feels like. And like I don't know if that's like a diss or what, but you're not gonna walk away from this experience thinking anything other than like, oh, the people who made Skyrim made this game, because a lot of it feels like, you know, the same engines. People still walk up to you and turn their neck instead of their body when they're talking to you. Like, why, bro? Fix your shoulders. Like, it looks like your neck hurts. We're having a whole conversation here. Like, and I hadn't had any performance issues. I will say this though, I have a very expensive CPU or a GPU. So like if I had any performance issues, the game would be awfully optimized. Like it would make no sense. But I've heard people say that there's some performance issues, and I'm not surprised. There's definitely some bugs. Like there's definitely people like holding a coffee cup and the coffee cup will like float out of their hands, like that kind of random stuff I've seen. But the gameplay is fun. Some of the missions are interesting, like the characters are interesting. It's really dope, but it just sucks that like I feel like a large part, like the spaceships, truly feel like a mini game. It doesn't even feel like really a major component to the experience. Like if you would have me fast traveling, and that's another thing too, like plotting courses to planets, man. And No Man, I hate comparing it like this, but like yo, in No Man's Skies, you used to look at a planet, hold shift, and then be like, yo, engage thrusters. Then you would just like, you would warp over there, and it would just, and it's nothing crazy. But like in Starfield, like I have to open up my menu, click on the star map, go to the star map, hit travel, or ship, I should say, in front of the planet. So to get to the planet, I was, you know, you would think, yo, you fly that bad boy in there. Nah, I opened up the menu, clicked on the Starfield, clicked on the place I wanted to land, and loaded in. Like, that's just ass. That's just so ass.
And
yeah.
I can jump in from there. It's tough, and again, I don't want to compare it because again, it's not that type of game. Which a part of it does suck. Again, like, you want to be, again, you have the aspirational sense of, you know, what gaming can be and stuff. I think you hit it on the head. If we had that level of smoothness in travel and smoothness in some of the UI and stuff, and just some of the processes of making it, again, jumping into space and jumping from planet to planet. Some of the, one of my biggest things was probably like the UI is a little bit, it's something to get used to. And I think there's already mods to like fix that and adjust it, which is cool, but I haven't seen any of them yet, or I haven't installed any of them yet. So I'm getting there, but yeah, it's a Bethesda game. You know, I don't think it's something where it's like a No Man's Sky case of, oh, you can just float around. You know what I mean? Like you can float around. Everything's already loaded in. You know what I'm saying? The bulk of the resource use is just everything's automatically like mapped out, procedurally generated. You can just fly from place to place. Like there's still procedural generation in Starfield, but I feel like the depth of the RPG experience it takes precedent over the exploration sense or that level of access to everything in one pane of glass, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They have to focus on making the RPG experience the RPG experience. If they have storylines, they have all the random occurrences on the planets and stuff, instead of like, interplanetary stuff that you can get on the ship. There's so much woven in what you can explore in terms of the narrative and the characters. I feel like there's a lot more elements and layers on top of the game. And trying to add on to that with the seamless exploration, it probably would have again bricked consoles. That probably would have bricked everything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's this past, I'm rambling a little bit, but yeah, this past, I guess, couple of weeks, and I've seen all the complaints about Starfield and all that stuff like that. It made me realize how much choice like they have to make to put a product out. All right, so this is my thing. Starfield it's just a Bethesda first RPG. It's an RPG first. It's a space exploration game second. And I feel like then when merging the two, it's easy to get lost in the I want to aspire to have everything and want to be the most the best game we possibly can be and do all this great stuff. And I know even me, I get caught up in that. Like, damn, some of the loading screens and some of the stuff is there. It's like it's a bummer. It's a little bit of a bummer, but coming in with the expectation that at least it's a Bethesda RPG and understanding that devs can't do everything sometimes, and it sucks. And given the timelines that they're given and stuff, they have to work within the bounds of what they do. So again, this would be the perfect, this would be the perfect space game if it had that level of detail, that level of stuff within it. But it's just a Bethesda game first. It's just a Bethesda RPG game first, and I'm fine with that, honestly. Like it doesn't. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the chip animation and loading screens do like kind of bum me out a little bit, just a little bit, but it's not even, I don't mind it in the grand scheme of things because I know all the player encounters, the stories, the layers that they added onto the RPG experience. That's what comes first. That's what makes this Starfield. You know what I mean? That's what makes this Starfield. So I'm not particularly bent up out of shape crazily, like, what I'm saying? Like too crazy over this stuff, but I know that I'm getting into a rabbit hole that I find it very difficult to get out of. And that's why I know it's a good game for me. I tried so hard to only just play like a few hours over the past couple of days. Like I've just a couple, because I know I got responsibilities. I'm doing adult shit. It sucks dick. I hate adulting. It's the worst shit ever, but it had to get done. And even then, that me trying to fight the feeling now when I got to do stuff, that's when I know, like, I'm going to, Alice in Wonderland and down the rabbit hole. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So from what I'm feeling so far, from what I've played and from what I've seen, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. They put a lot of details into this game. They put a lot of love into this game. It just isn't the prime, bless you. This isn't, you know what I'm saying? Like it isn't the No Man's Sky plus Bethesda game experience everybody wants, because No Man's Sky was nowhere near the development cycle of this. And it's easy to compare, but it's two different games. And I don't want people to have that notion that, again, everything should be just that on top, because they're two different systems, two different companies working on, two different projects. But again, I'd say have fun with the RPG aspect. Just focus on the RPG aspect of it. And I feel like at least a lot of issues would kind of subside, or at least, be managed a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their own expectations. I can't tell you how to live your life. I ain't gonna lie. But at least from my view, I'm having a hell of a time because of how much I'm falling into that rabbit hole of just everything they've laid out and all little nooks and crannies that I'm getting into. And I'm not even 1% through the game. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even like, I don't feel 1% through the game. So it's good. It's good. I'm really enjoying my time with it so far. But Falk, how about you, dog?
Man, yeah, like I think the game, like, is it gonna live up, or is it living up to its expectation? I don't really think so, bro. I'm gonna be my expectation, I should say. I don't know what everybody else thought, but I thought this game was gonna come out. It was gonna be a bomber. I thought it was gonna be nuts. I thought it was gonna, easily take Game of the Year. But if we're all being honest, I think a lot of people are still kind of saying, Baldur's Gate 3 might still take Game of the Year.
It is.
It's like, bro, Starfield, I had such high hopes for it, from the space combat to space ship building to, you know, zooming to different planets. You know what I'm saying? Like as Trip said, he might have said it the last time he said it, but you know what I'm saying, we got like he didn't. This Trip, he was talking about like, you know, or it was either Trip or Wen talking about seamlessly zooming between planets, being able to get up and you're getting a crazy ass load. You're getting a loading screen to just go to a planet. Whereas in No Man's Sky, you were able to seamlessly go on and off of planets, fly around. Now it's oh, you know what Chaw said? It was like it's like a mini game. The spaceship.
Oh yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday said
that?
it's like a mini game. Yeah,
it is like a mini. Like it doesn't feel immersive. I don't feel immersed at all. I will say, like, you know, boarding people's ships and stuff, that's fun, but it does still feel like a mini game. I feel like it's literally a Bethesda game. It just feels like they took a Bethesda game and they split it into two different parts: space and then planet. And you just go in between the two. You shouldn't expect to get No Man's Sky level. It's not a space sim. It's a Bethesda game, and it's unfortunate. As for the gameplay, my gameplay experience has been kind of bad just because my performance has been terrible. I mean, I'm just gonna chalk it up to bad hardware, even though like some people have like 3080s and are only getting like 40 FPS. It's you know, it's unfortunate. You know, Todd Howard basically came out and said, "You niggas is broke. You guys got a skill issue." So
For sure.
I think I'm just gonna take his advice and just go put some I don't know, man, get Klarna and just put a graphics card on Klarna.
I literally said that today.
Like, bro, it might be worth it at this point, bro, because I'm trying to make content, but I can't make content on it. So
yeah.
Gameplay, like fighting, is amazing.
It's the gunplay's, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. They cooked on gunplay. They definitely took time with that.
Absolutely. I heard like so the people because you know, like Bethesda and like Activision, so basically Activision, what's their name? Xbox was like, yo, the Doom guys helped them with the combat. I thought that was really cool.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
It's so much fun, man. You know what? I'm gonna say, game Starfield, please get optimized, and once you get optimized, I will be back and I will give you the praise you deserve. But as of right now, fuck you.
That's crazy. That's his personal gripe. It's fair. That's fair play. But yeah, it's Starfield again. They said it's going to be like a 10-year game. It's going to be like they're just going to support this to the hilt. Cool. I personally think that they've been off to a solid start. Again, the mod support's already flowing in for all the process changes and stuff. So I don't know what mods I'm about to download in the next couple of days, but it's probably going to help with stuff like the UI, which I've had a tough time adjusting to, or probably and time adjusting to. But yeah, there's just little things here and there. But for overall the game itself and getting lost in the game, I feel like how I have fun is how easily I can rate myself getting lost in the game, or how much I gauge myself getting lost in the game. If I'm losing hours, or I'm having a tough time getting off it, or finding a good spot to be like, hey, I can get off here, I can stop here, then I'm probably having a good ass time. And this definitely feels like that. So I will definitely give Starfield its just due. It's not perfect, but I mean personally, I think it's a solid start to build off of. And again, if it's a game that you're going to support, you know, so if you do want to be compared somewhere, I would love to see some level of support, maybe with free stuff, absolutely, but probably not. But free updates or whatever process quality of life things to keep the game getting better, keep the game improving, you know what I'm saying, over its lifespan. That is something I would love for the comparison between No Man's Sky and Starfield to hold true. Just that post-launch life cycle, keeping it strong, updating things as you go, making everything stronger, more smoother. And who knows, you know what I'm saying, maybe somewhere down the line we will have that crazy experience somewhere closer to it down the line, you know what I'm saying. So I hope nothing but the best for Starfield. I think it was a solid launch. Again, 6 million people who tuned in and played on day one, and people are still getting lost in it. Will it be a shoe-in for Game of the Year? Probably not. That's probably Baldur's Gate 3's spot. But for me, I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying my time, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted to enjoy my time and not put any labels on it. I just wanted to play the game and be a real motherfucking space. That's what it is. And so far, it's pretty solid.
Right.
Yeah, man. But yeah, with that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this episode. Anything that we might have missed in terms of stories and whatnot?
Not that I could think of.
I don't think so. I think we got everything.
Nothing here.
Yeah, about saying if we do got anything, bro, we gonna save that shit for next week because it's getting late. Anyways, that's pretty much our stories and all that good stuff. But let's get on out of here. Give the closing notes, man. Let's start off with our two guests for the episode today. First and foremost, Charles Discuss your closing statements.
Closing statements. I appreciate y'all having me here. Baldur's Gate is definitely game of the year. No one asked for Aztec Batman, and make sure y'all drink water and eat your food.
I'm dead. It can't be any way this man pulled out like straight Spanish for it, man. Your Duolingo lessons been paying off. That's real shit.
Hey, bro, day 37, you hear me?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, and again, our first timer on No Cooldown podcast definitely will not be the last. Falk today, talk to him, man. Closing statements.
Oh man, this has been so much fun. I really appreciate you, having me on. You know what I'm saying? It was really cool just hearing everybody's takes on different games. And, I feel like we didn't have too much of like a disagreement on anything. And I really appreciate it. I'm still kind of caught up on when you said something about Pearl Harbor, their trip.
Huh?
I'm kinda,
I said what?
You said something about Pearl Harbor, but it's, so we got like, it's all right. I really appreciate it again, man. Y'all growth guys are kind of cool, man. I appreciate y'all.
Hey man, we're kind of nice. We're hip. We're cool. But anyways, Wen, give us your closing statements, dog.
Make sure you get enough fiber in your diet. Drink enough water, and stop being annoying about video games, bro. Just play the shit.
Facts.
Real shit. Yeah, play your games and stop being a bitch. That's my first closing statement. Real shit. I just want to echo that. I seen some other stuff again. I think there was some people. There was also a random story that was about Starfield, but I just remembered it. I think it was a writer. I think it was Charlanazard, Lana Pierce or whatever. She's a writer. Yeah, she's a writer at Sony Santa Monica or whatever. And people were like hazing her or whatever because she was playing Starfield and she was like, oh, she's playing an Xbox exclusive game, get her out of here. I'm like, yo,
it's weird, bro.
They was really trying to get her fired over her playing Starfield.
It's weird.
It was funny because it's like they were really trying to get her fired for that, which goes to show you how little these people have
actually understand. How jobless these niggas are and how little they understand about the gaming industry. Do you understand that game developers also play games? Do you understand that shit?
Do you think the people on PlayStation are not playing Starfield right now?
Like, you are tweaking. Cory Barlog is playing that shit right now to the hill. I bet you $10 that motherfucker's playing Starfield right now. Like, come on, man.
He probably playing it on an Xbox too. Like that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, you think they don't have these systems? You think Xbox doesn't send it to them? Like, Xbox probably does. And PlayStation probably sends them like Spider-Man games. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dog.
Like, it's not as deep as y'all think. Y'all are the ones who have the problem with each other, not them.
This should remind me of like wrestling at some point where like, oh man, you can't be hanging with each other. You guys are rivals. You guys are ops. And when in real life, these niggas are actually cool. We're just like, hey, we just we're on different time schedules, but we're just cool. We still watch each other's shit. That's fine. Like, y'all niggas is weird, bro. Y'all are weird. Insane. But my second message, of course, you can definitely stop being weird and start being a bit more positive about life by rating this podcast 5 stars. Make sure you go to all your audio platforms. You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasts. Go rate us 5 stars. Go type in No Cooldown. We'll be right there. Go check us out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're available on YouTube at No Cooldown Podcast or just at No Cooldown. On Twitter at No Cooldown Pod. On TikTok at No Cooldown Podcast. Instagram No Cooldown Podcast. Threads. We are I'm about to say, well, actually, we're not on Patreon. We're not on Patreon. If you see a Patreon that's spam, do not click on that. That is not us. That is not us. Do not send them money. At least not yet anyways.